In your estimation, isn't this cruelty instead of working on solutions, real solutions?
Well, if you're going to describe this as cruelty, then having 14,000 people living under a bridge last year in Del Rio, Texas, is also cruelty. Then it's also cruelty to have detention facilities in places like El Paso increased by 3x than what their capacity is. That's cruelty as well. The reality is, I wish both sides of this argument would be working together. I wish Democratic mayors in Chicago and New York and Democratic governors would say, hey, we know that this is difficult for places like Texas. We know that philanthropic organizations in places along the border have reached their capacity and can't deal with this crisis. Here's the number of people that we can help a week. Send them to this location. Instead of just sending people, I wish the governors would be telling folks in advance, hey, we need this help. Are you willing to help us? I think this is an opportunity for us to be working together across the country on something that truly is a crisis. The previous panel talked about the 2 million people that have been apprehended. That's an astronomical number. And the number of people that are going through the immigration system. And we have to be reminded that yes, you can apply for asylum. We should treat people with respect and dignity that are applying for asylum, but not everybody is going to be granted asylum. When you look over the last 20 years, the number of people that actually get granted asylum is around a little bit north of 20%. That's why they're waiting to hear this immigration, going through an immigration hearing in order to be granted asylum. We need to be, we talk about the real human smugglers are the ones that are moving millions of people through Central America, up through Mexico, through our southern border. Why are we not dismantling those networks? We have the information on the people. We have phone numbers. It's hard to move millions of people. We can dismantle these networks. We should be focusing on that, and then we should also be focusing on the root causes that's causing people to leave. And so this is frustrating. I represented 29 counties, 820 miles of the border when I was in Congress, and these communities are taxed. They need help, and I wish we were focusing more on that conversation because this is not good. We're not going to see an end in sight because I think the wrong policies are in place.